Hello, my pretties. It's the Queen of Lions here, and welcome to episode 165 of Shadows and Pretties. Now, the last episode I talked about was Twilight Saga, Twilight, of part of the Twilight series. So today we're going to be reviewing Twilight New Moon, which is the second movie of the Twilight Saga series, based on the book by Stephanie Meyer. So, yeah. The filming began in Vancouver in late of March of 2009 and in Montepulciano, Italy during late May of 2009. The film was released on November 20th, 2009 in most countries. So, with that being said, and with that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and, talk about the plot of the movie New Moon, like for those who haven't seen the movie or for those who want a refresher and haven't seen this movie in a while. Now, this mainly has Kristen Stewart, who is Bella, Robert Pattinson is Edward, and we also got Taylor Lautner, who's Jacob. So, anyways, I guess we should get started. So, basically, the plot begins on Bella's 18th birthday, where she awakes from a dream where she is an old woman and Edward Cullen is her immortal vampire boyfriend is yet forever young. Despite her lack of enthusiasm, Edward's family hosts a birthday reception for her at their residence. While unwrapping the gift, Bella receives a paper cut, while Edward's foster brother Jasper gets overwhelmed by the scent of Bella's blood and attempts to attack, but he gets restrained. Believing that he and his family are putting her life in danger, Edward unfortunately ends their relationship and the Cullens leave for Forks. Bella is left severely depressed and isolated for months. Her concerning father, Charlie, wants to send Bella to live with her mother in Jacksonville, Florida. However, she refuses, promising to spend more time with her other school friends. After she and Jessica went to see a movie, Bella approaches some rough-looking bikers outside. Defeating her much to Jessica's dismay, the dangerous encounter reminds Bella of a previous near assault where Edward rescues her, while references from the first movie. She imagines seeing and hearing him, realizing that there is a thrill-seeking activities evoke his image. So Bella's Quillette friend named Jacob Black helps ease her pain by engaging her in various activities. He said that many of his tribal friends follow and obey Sam, another member, while attending the movie with Bella and Mike. Jacob abruptly leaves after becoming inexplicably upset and suffering from a burn fever. Bella drives to his home after he avoids seeing her. Jacob has to cut his long hair and now has the same Quillette tattoo on his upper right arm. As Sam and the other tribe members, he tells Bella to stay away. When Bella hikes through the meadow that she and Edward often visit, she is confronted by Victoria's vampire companion, Laurent. When he is about to kill her, a wolf pack appears and attacks him. Bella eventually discovers that Jacob and the other tribe members are giant werewolves, and their age-old enemies are vampires. Although a treaty exists between he and the Cullens and the tribe, Jacob's pack members are currently alert for Victoria, and the vampire is seeking revenge on her maid James, who Edward killed to protect Bella in the first movie. Yeah, there is a few references taken back to the first movie, so it is in this movie as well. With Jacob focused on adapting his new shape-shifting powers, Bella begins to find herself alone and returns to seeking thrill-inducing activities. Deliberately obvious to Victoria's presence through the series of miscommunications, Edward believes that Bella has killed herself after Edward's sister Alice has a vision of Bella jumping off of a seaside cliff. Distraught, Edward travels to Italy to ask the Volturi, a powerful coven that acts as a vampiric overlords, to end his life, as he is incapable of doing so himself. When they refuse his request, he plans to force their hand by exposing himself as a vampire to the humans during a large festival. Edward returns to Forks, shocked to find that Bella is still alive. Alice and Bella travel to Italy to save Edward, arriving on time to prevent him from revealing himself as a vampire. Relieved that Bella is alive, he explains that he only left for Forks to protect her and promises never to leave again. Edward defends Bella from Felix, one of the Volturi, as the Volturi do not allow humans to convade with the vampire society. But Edward is easily overpowered as the Volturi are about to kill him. Bella asks if they could kill her instead. Impressed with the human's willingness to sacrifice herself for a vampire, the Volturi determined that Bella, knowing that vampires exist, must either be killed or transform into a vampire. Alice shares the vision of Bella as a vampire with Aro, a Volturi elder able to read thoughts through touch, and Aro decides to let them go after extracting the promise that Bella made be turned eventually. After returning to Forks, Bella asks the Cullens to vote on her becoming a vampire, only Edward and Rosalie vote no. Jacob reminds Edward that years old treaty with the Quillets will be broken if any Cullen bites a human. Bella tells Jacob that it is her choice, and Edward tells Bella that he will change her into a vampire if she marries him. Thus, the movie ends. Now, I haven't seen New Moon in like quite a long time. This is actually a pretty good sequel to the Twilight Saga series. So now that I explained the movie, I mean, the cast of the characters went pretty well as well. And I have to say, after the success of the first Twilight movie, they decided to make the next one, adapting the second movie. So, due to major physical changes that occurred in the character Jacob Black between Twilight and New Moon, Woods considered on replacing Taylor in the sequel of an actor who could be more accurately portray. But in an attempt to keep the role, Lover Wade trained in extensively to gain at least 30 pounds. In January of 2009, Wizards and Summit Entertainment announced that Lover would continue to play the role of Jacob in the sequel. Well, I mean, that kind of sucked that they were gonna originally replace Tara Lofer with someone else, but they kept him, which is pretty good. That I'm glad they kept him. So the filming for New Moon, the pre-production began in December of 2008. The filming was scheduled to begin on March 23rd, 2009 in Vancouver, but they began a few days early. So they did some filming there. They also filmed a bit in Italy, especially with the part where they have to go to Italy to stop Edward from taking his own life in that. So the visual effects in there are amazing, especially with how well they made the werewolves. Well, to make the werewolves come to life, they basically use CGI animation, kind of the same way how they did with, The Lion King and, other movies as well. I really do like that they were able to do that. That actually was a pretty good idea. Like, I mean, I like CGI animation. It's freaking awesome. So, now that I went with the movie, I'm going to talk about the book New Moon, although I've read it when I was in what was it? Oh yeah. I was in preteen years or something like that when I read the book. So anyways, I guess we'll begin. So basically some of this, basically goes the same way. So it's basically there's a few differences that I do notice that maybe might have been hinted in the movie, but I just don't remember pretty much because I haven't seen the movie in a while. But in the book, when Edward leaves, Edward encourages Bella to move on, and Edward tells her it's because he no longer loves her. So basically the same thing. Bella not only suffers from depression and isolation, she suffers severe memory loss and depression for several months. Now, in the months that follow, Bella learns that thrill-seeking activities such as motorcycle riding, cliff diving, allow her to hear Edward's voice in her mind. So she deeps a friendship with Jacob Black, who is a cheerful companion who eases her pain. And so basically the story is pretty much the same thing, except it's pretty much, almost the same thing, except Bella suffers a severe memory loss loss as well as depression in the book, but in the movie, I don't even remember if she suffered memory loss or not. Probably not because it didn't say it. So, yeah. Anyways, along with, the whole thing, the difference I did notice between the novel and the film, in the novel, Quill was upset over Embry and Jacob not hanging out with them anymore, and he voices concerns to Bella when he come to visit. The movie omits this, but that's one of the differences. Bella is never confronted by Sam in his werewolf form in the novel, but rather in his human form, which Emily later explains to her. Which, I mean, that was not in the there was some differences between it's one of the I did spot a few differences between the movie and the book. So it's basically pretty much the same thing except there's a few things here and there, to be fair. So in the novel, Jacob confronts Edward at Bella's house and reminds him of the deal, but in the movie, it was in the forest. Unlike the film where Carlisle grounds Bella after she runs off to Italy, Carlisle grounds her for after she sees her with Edward. He sees her with Edward at their house during the novel's conclusion. Unlike the the movie, the book had different stuff that they did not include. Now, in the book, Jacob tells Carlisle about the motorcycle they built, but in the movie, that never happened. As well as the novel's end, Edward never proposed to Bella, but rather walked her in the house to explain everything to Carlisle. In the film omits it. So, I mean, the ending, when Mayer finished writing the book, she wanted it a little referred to the time that matched Twilight as a reflected mood for the sequel. She entitled the novel New Moon, the darkest kind of the night, a night with no moon, as a reference to the darkest period of Bella's life, which is pretty interesting that they did that. So, with that being said, I do like the movie. I thought the movie was pretty neat for what it is. I like the movie, but the book was actually pretty good. So I'm gonna have to read the book as well as rewatch the movie because I haven't watched the movie in a while, and I mean, I really do like how there are a couple changes in the movie that was not in, the book, and in the book, some stuff was not added in the movie. Like, I mean, with movies and books, they basically change up things around, don't include some things in it. If you can understand where I'm coming from, then yeah. So, anyways, that being said, like I'm gonna say, this is just simply my own personal opinion on the Twilight Saga New Moon, as well as the movie and the book. If you disagree with me, that's fine too, because I understand some people are not into Twilight, and that's perfectly okay. I respect your opinion. If you don't like it, that's fine. Like, if you don't like the movie, oh, excuse me, pardon me about that. If you don't like the movie, that's fine. If you don't like the book, that's completely okay. I respect your opinion. So, I guess with that being said, what did you guys think about New Moon? Do you like the book? Did you like the movie? Do you like both? Did you not like any of them? Also, what we have done personally to help make the book or movie a lot better, feel free to state your own thoughts and opinions in the comments below, because I like to hear what you guys think. And I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're new to this channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode, and I'll see you also in the next video. Peace out.